Yes, unfortunately, Toyota has experienced another set of hurdles. It's not bad enough that they deal with that just-in-time delivery. You know, the delivery model where they build, they deliver it actually in real time, and they're not necessarily filling up car lots, and here's classic proof. What we have is a series of used vehicles. We have all kinds of used vehicles. We have Highlanders, we have RAV4s, we have, I mean, there's even Hondas, there's other brands, but this is basically all we're looking at for used vehicles on this lot. There's a few domestic products over here, and basically this is all we see. You know, we've got some hybrids, some ICE engines here, and it's just a whole lot of RAV4s of all kinds of shape, models, and sizes. You even see beautiful little Tacomas like this. But as you can see down the lot here, all we have are those used vehicles. And that just puts more pressure on the used car market when there's no new vehicles to be purchased. And they experienced another big catastrophic stop in production back in August 29th, which is definitely going to cause potentially the used car market to sail further up and make it more difficult for people to get themselves a great brand new or slightly used Toyota. Yes, Toyota's had to get really creative in the last little while anyway with this just in time. I mean, even beautiful trucks like this, the Toyota Tundra, have been really hard to get a hold of. As a matter of fact, you're talking about a year and a half to get a hold of the Tundra with the hybrid engine, and this is a twin turbo V6. Here we have the Venza. Obviously it's a hybrid with the blue tone. This is a 2021 hybrid. That's what they're having to sell in the new lots now because they don't have new product. And here's another one. We're talking about a RAV4. How about a Sienna? Yeah, these are available, but again, these are used vehicles. There's another beautiful Tundra. This one probably had to wait for some time to get this on this car lot. And it's been a real giddy up. For those looking for used Toyotas, it's been tough for the last little bit because of this just on time. And used car prices have been rising in Toyota land because obviously if you can't get a new one, you don't want to wait, you want to buy a new one. You got to buy a used one. But actually, I was scouring this lot a little bit and I was running some prices. I even spoke with some salespeople, and I found out some of the models that were even 2 or 3 years old with 50, 80,000 kilometers, still in decent shape, maybe with a tad, a little bit of warranty, were actually marked at almost the same price, a couple of cases more, a couple of cases slightly less, but always better value buying new. But the reality is they're cranking up prices on the new product and the new inventory. The reality, of course, now with this glitch that they had on August 29th, it just means that more and more people are gonna walk onto the lots looking for something used because of the backlog in vehicles that weren't produced on that day of August 29th to the 30th. The result of this is massive losses for Toyota because they weren't putting out vehicles for that day. That also means there's a backlog for vehicles looking for customers looking for new vehicles, and that ultimately means more frustration for the consumer. Sadly enough, that just goes round and round and round and makes these vehicles even harder to get and even more sought after. Well, it turns out there was an IT glitch. That's right, memory too full on their hard drives. Would you believe it? That about 13,500 vehicles had to halt production because of such a simple little glitch, and a maintenance task that was being worked on got to the point where the actual vehicles, they had to shut down. They had to call it quits. On the second largest manufacturer on the planet, had to call it quits for a day. This day cost $350 million out of their pocket, caused a lot of stress for customers because now that's 13,000 vehicles that are on the back of the list. I mean, we rely so heavily on electronics these days. Even my simple little cell phone has memory built into it. And when you get close, you just know, you start deleting things that don't need to be there anymore. But this is one of those situations where even in one of the most tech-savvy countries on the planet, they still have those hiccups from time to time, impacting 14 factories. So it can be a significant amount of time, sadly enough, but if you are looking for a Toyota and you really need one, I do have a list of the approximate wait times you can anticipate for different models. Tundras could be 10 to 12 months, for the gas or the hybrids well over a year to year and a half. The 4Runner about 4 to 8 months, or over a year if you want the TRD. The Tacoma is about 0 to 3 months, it's fairly quick. The Toyota Camry here can be as little as 4 to 7 months on gas, but if you want the hybrid like this one here, it might take you as long as a year and a half. The Prius Prime here might actually take over 2 years to get if you really want to wait for it. The Highlander hybrid like this could take over 2 years, but if you settle for the gas, could be 8 to 12 months. The RAV4 hybrid might take you 2 years to get, but the gas job RAV4 might take as little as 8 months. So you're starting to see the trend. You're paying hybrid, you're gonna go 1.5 2 years plus. If you're getting gas, you can probably get a car anywhere from 0 to about 7 or 8 months. So you have to wait, that's just the bottom line. As well, you'll definitely wanna check out that video because that explains, should you buy new or should you buy used? And this is a great conversation, seeing as it's such a long wait for a brand new Toyota. Hope to see each and every one of you on the next one. See you real soon. Bye-bye. And just a whole schlong.